I want to express my very great appreciation to all of you who work in this most important and deserving field. The employers, the members of the federal government who concern themselves with this problem, Mr. Gleason, Mr. Macy, the armed forces, the AFL-CIO, Mr. Freeman, who has worked very tirelessly in this matter, the members of the President's Commission, who devoted a good deal of their time, and also to all those across the country. One of the impressive things that I've seen as I've traveled across the country, I remember going into the McDonnell Aviation Company in St. Louis, Missouri, which has been one of our most progressive employers in hiring those who are mentally handicapped and who have been among the most useful employees of the company. Others in Long Island, others stretching across this country, employers who have gone to great pains to bring into their establishments disabled men and women who then are able to make a life not by supporting, not because of the support of others, but by their own efforts, which have contributed to their rehabilitation. And to organized labor in this country, the AFL-CIO, who have worked with the unions, encouraging the unions to bring men and women in, make it easy for them to be hired. This is the kind of work which comes not from the top down, but from the inside out. We are hiring today at the White House a young man who is handicapped to work on the grounds at the White House. And I'm hopeful that people all across the country in the next year will make a special effort to bring into their lives in one way or another, by assisting, by hiring, by working with men and women who are handicapped, either physically handicapped or mentally handicapped. And this is an area which in recent months and years we've made a particular effort in. We're making a particular effort in the national government this year to bring up to date and really move ahead in the whole treatment of those who are mentally retarded and mentally disabled, as well as our efforts among those who are physically disabled. As I've said before, I see no reason why this very rich country of ours should have 3 out of 100 of our children mentally retarded, mentally disabled, while Sweden, which is not any more prosperous than we are, but is more concerned perhaps than we've been, has only 1 out of 100. So this effort which we're all making from in the government, in the cities, in the states, in the employers, in the unions, this great cooperative effort to make a part of our community, a part of our country, a part of our lives for those who have been less fortunate is deserving of the best you have. I want to congratulate all of you who are doing something about it, not merely talking about it. All the problems that this country has could be solved in a whole variety of ways if all of our citizens would just pick one project and give their time to it, whether it's helping those who are mentally or physically retarded, whether it's helping young boys or girls who are in difficulty with the law, whether it's entertaining foreign students, whether it's holding out a hand to one group or another. This can be done much better by our citizens than by the national government. And I want to express my commendation to one group of our society here today who are doing something about it and who deserve the appreciation, not of the country, because they deserve that, but I think that most of all, they get the satisfaction themselves of recognizing that the obligations of citizenship and the pride in their country makes them want to look out beyond their own lives. So I'm delighted to be here today. I congratulate you all. We pay a special tribute to David Hall. I can imagine nothing more worthwhile than what he is doing. I have some personal knowledge of what's happened to people in automobile accidents. If they would have some recognition of how long is the difficulty, the time they saved they would realize is very unimportant. So that we're glad to honor him, and we admire him. There's a lot of acts of courage which are done in the flash of a moment, but the most commendable and admirable acts of courage are those which go on day in, day out, month in, month out, year in and year out. He has shown it. Many of you have shown it. The General has shown it. And I'm glad to be among those who live it. Thank you very much.